Hello everyone. In this session, we're going to discuss a topic in the course Elements of Aeronautics. The topic is Primary Control Surfaces. Myself, K. Manoj Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. Aircraft Flight Control Surfaces. Aircraft flight control surfaces are used to control the motion of aircraft in all the direction, like what we have a handlebar and steering in bike and car. Aircraft flight control surfaces are classified into two. One is primary and another one is secondary. The primary control surfaces consist of those that are required to safety control of airplane during flight. Those are aileron, elevator and rudder. That means we control the aircraft in all the direction like what takeoff, landing, turning and during the gust condition. But the secondary control surfaces are used to improve the performance characteristics of airplane or to relieve the pilot of excessive control forces. For example, servo taps like that. These are all the control surfaces. In the wing, in the corner, we can see aileron, both the corner, okay, which will operate in the opposite direction. In the middle of the wing, we can able to see the flaps. In the trailing edge, we can see trailing edge flaps, and in the leading edge, we can see leading edge flaps. Then in the top side of the wing, we can also see the spoilers. And in the empennage area, the horizontal stabilizer, in the foremost we can see the elevator. And in the vertical stabilizer we can able to see the rudder. Here aileron, elevator and a rudder are primary control surfaces and spoilers, flaps are secondary control surfaces. Aileron is used for roll of the aircraft about longitudinal axis. That means if you want to turn the aircraft in particular, either in the right side or left side, we will operate the aileron. Okay, the aileron will deflect in the opposite direction. That means if left side aileron deflect on the upward means right will deflect on downward. Likewise, the opposite direction. If we want to turn the aircraft, that means if I want to turn the aircraft on right side, what I will do is just moving the control wheel to right side, which in cause a right aileron deflected to upward direction and left aileron deflected to downward direction, which means there will be a decrease in lift in the right side and increase in lift in the left side, which cause the airplane to turn in the right direction. If we want to turn the aircraft in the left direction means the vice versa will happen. Next one is elevator. Elevator controls the pitch above the lateral axis. That means the elevator is used during takeoff and landing, or if you want to increase the altitude or decrease the altitude, we will use elevator. Here the aft movement of control column deflects the trailing edge of elevator surface up. That means the elevator will be deflected to upward direction. The up elevator position decreases the camber of elevator and creates a downward aerodynamic force. The overall effect causes the tail of the airplane to move downward and nose to pitch up. That means this condition is used during takeoff. For landing, opposite will takes place. Next is rudder. Rudder controls the movement of airplane about its vertical axis or directional axis. This motion is called yaw. For example, if an aircraft is flying at a steady level condition at 20,000 feet, there will be more gust wind and side wind, which will cause aircraft to drift on one direction. By using rudder, we can overcome that. By moving the left or right rudder pedal, we can control the rudders. When the rudder is deflected into the airflow, a horizontal force is exerted in the opposite direction. That means if the aircraft is deflected on, that means drifted on one direction, means we can deflect the rudder on opposite direction to overcome that condition. You see here means if it's aileron means if you want to roll on one direction means this aileron goes up and this aileron goes down. That means here we can feel lesser lift, here we can feel more lift. So the roll will happen in this direction. This goes up and this goes down. Okay, and if we come for elevator means if we want to take off means we need to deflect the elevator on upward direction. So we can feel a downward force, the nose will goes up. And if in the rudder means if we have a gust wind on one direction means if we want to turn the aircraft on the opposite direction means like what if we want to turn the aircraft on this direction means we can deflect the rudder here like in this direction. That means we have a side force on this direction, so aircraft will drift on this direction to overcome that. Thank you.